Okay, so doing queer history deep dives is always the absolute wildest frickin' ride, and this is maybe the wildest one so far. I'm working on a YouTube video about melodramatic goth bi icon Mary McLean, who wrote the first bi memoir when she was 19 and she got it published in 1902. And I see that her only long term relationship was 6 years with Carolyn Branson. So I look her up, and it turns out that her partner of 32 years had died, which was writer Maria Poole. And later, they were buried together, which means that they bought side by side burial plots as a couple in like the late 1800s. So I look up Maria Poole. I'm like, ooh, what did she write? Well, it turns out she wrote a lot. And apparently, she was pretty open in her writing about the love between women, how important the love between women was. And I think, oh, I gotta see what that was like. So then I find this. One of her books was called In a Dyke Shanty. Now, you can't tell me that lesbians were not using that word back then. There are articles from like the 1700s about butch pirates that used the word dyke. So like, and like spelling varied, but whatever. There are newspaper articles from then that used it with an I, just like Maria Poole did. So I'm like, ooh, let's see what that book looked like. And I open it up. And first of all, the title is a goddamn pun. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. This book is about a trip she took with her wife. And I open it, and I start scrolling through it, and I get to the dedication. And the dedication reads, To Caroline M. Branson, my partner and friend in the Dyke land, the Dyke days, and all days, I dedicate this record of a happy summer. I talk a lot and think even more about how much our history has been outright suppressed and how much we've been lied to about not having lived openly and it had open culture been out in public before like Stonewall. But like sometimes it just comes and slaps me in the face.